Okay, video 7. It is still October 2nd, 2021, and we got gas, so at least we can continue our drive home. Unfortunately, we cut the last conversation in half, although it was around the same time frame, about 20 minutes, but we were on a really good topic, and one that was, I felt, very interesting. Lisa's opinion or thoughts on what the difference between a ghost soul spirit, a past human, and a poltergeist, shadow figure, slim man, all the catchphrases and all the names that people have for these other entities. Now, to clarify, she did say that in her opinion, and remember, all of these are just our opinion, thoughts and things that Lisa in particular have amassed over the years of her interest in the paranormal. She does not hold a degree, but she and her family members and some of our other friends are interested in the paranormal enough that they've actually gone on their own overnight experiences. So she and I have started talking about it on one of our many drives, and we thought that it would be a nice idea to videotape it. Others share the same interests, but just keep in mind that we are not saying that these things are fact. Like so much on this topic, it's really hard to say what is fact and what is opinion. At some point, we will have some sort of video that might address any questions, comments, or theories that any of you watching these might have. So feel free to comment on the videos, but keep in mind that we're trying to keep an open mind. We understand that there will be a conflict of thought and there will be differing opinions, but please keep it civil, because your different opinion, phrased the right way, might actually change mine or our opinion. That's what these are for. It's a sharing of ideas. Okay, so back to the topic, because I think there is really more to say about it, is poltergeists versus shadow figures. Poltergeist, per Lisa's thought process, which she shares with others, is a collection of energy put out by two or more, often, sometimes one person who is very perceptive to otherworldly things. They are a non-human based entity. They were never a human as we would say alive. They're
poltergeist is
poltergeist.
An entity. Poltergeist is a manifestation of energy.
All right. Okay, so I'm using the wrong terminology. And see, again, this is where the sharing of ideas comes in. But I asked her, what about these things that are always talked about, that they're not calling them ghosts or spirits, they're calling them other things? And she did clarify for me that it's her belief that a poltergeist isn't the same as a shadow figure. A poltergeist is a mischievous collection of energy that is created, and I sort of said, spawned by a single or a collection of strong in perception, strong energy to people, and they throw out this energy, and it has to go somewhere, because again, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It is always out there. So a poltergeist might have dangerous or destructive tendencies because all it is a ball of energy. It's a creation of energy. It's not a human. Am I close?
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
You did that better.
I did that better that time. You did correct me, and thank you. I stand corrected. It is not an entity. Okay. So, I know you did mention that you've really not studied shadow figures.
I've not studied any.
Well, you've not studied any of it, but you have experiences with a lot of this. And so, non-institutionalized studying. You did not get a degree in any of this. You did not go to school for this, but you have studied it in your own way.
Yeah.
You've gone out with equipment. You've gone out with You've experienced things on your own.
Yes.
So that is where this is coming from.
Right.
Is your own experiences and thoughts over the years. So when it comes to shadow figures, what are your thoughts on these? What you started to speak about it, and then we needed gas.
Gas is important.
Gas is important.
Unless it comes out in Terry's nether regions.
Oh yeah, well.
So shadow figures, as I was saying before, sometimes are misinterpreted by, and I'm using this term lightly, the uneducated.
How about we use unreceptive?
Unreceptive person.
Okay.
Someone who may call someone like myself or my team of people into their home, or some ghost hunting whatever crew, and say, I have a haunting in my house. I have been seeing shadow figures. Automatically, anybody who's had any true experiences in the paranormal field, who have done any type of investigation for any number of time, amount of time, you hear shadow figure, the hair on the back of your neck stands up, because that is a shadow figure. 9 times out of 10 is something is deemed evil, something that has a malicious intent to it, to really looks out to cause chaos,
Hurt people,
harm, fear, so it makes the hair on the back of your neck, stand up and go, oh, this is serious, Some paranormal groups back away from that because it goes into a totally different realm of, if you're not familiar with that realm of the paranormal, where it borderline hinges on evil, you could wind up seriously getting yourself or your team hurt, or the entity could attach to you, follow you home, and start having negative effects on your home life, your family, whatever. Okay? So, shadow figure is a very serious term used throughout paranormal investigation. Jimmy homeowner is seeing things in their home, and they're calling it, we're seeing shadow figures, we're seeing, apparitions, we're having poltergeist activity, physical attacks like scratches or whatever. You'll hear these claims in just about every show you watch, for every house. And then the person goes in, or the team goes in, and the main goal for the majority of paranormal groups, and I'm mainly going to speak on myself and my team personally, our main goal when we go into a quote-unquote haunted location is to debunk that haunting, to prove that it's not real, even though we want it to be, because we're receptive to it and we're open to it and we want to experience it. But the only way to get valid evidence of it and proof of the paranormal is by disproving it, if that makes sense.
It does.
Okay. So
if you're searching not to find every reason why it could work, even if it winds up to be a play of light
Right.
or a breeze, if you're actually trying your hardest
To disprove
disprove it and you can't, then
Right.
you're actually proving your point.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So, these people will say this because this is the terminology
It's catchphrases
that is
now.
so catchphrase on every vessel out there in the paranormal. You hear it so often. And all these people be like, well, I got scratched. I have a photo. Okay. Good for you. And that's why you'll hear a lot of these people say, well, was an animal in the room? Was there a cat in the bed with you when you woke up with these scratches? No, my animals are kept separate. They're not allowed in my room. Okay.